Hey everybody, we made it inside Tellus Science Museum, and it has already been so much fun hanging out with Stephen and Adam. You guys, thank you for bringing us into your house. Let's talk about this museum. Stephen, you obviously are the president of the Cartersville Museum City, so that is so exciting. We're going to get into that in a minute, but really walk us through. There's so many incredible exhibits here, but what can folks expect when they walk through the doors?
Yeah, coming to Cartersville, we call ourselves Museum City because we have 4 of these amazing museums from the Georgia Museum Incorporated family, and Tellus being one of the big ones that a lot of people know about. And this museum is one of the best because it has everything for everyone, all ages, from little kids to grandparents and everything in between. What's so special about it is you're welcomed right away with that hospitality that you maybe don't get at some of the bigger museums, but at the same time, you can experience weather, geology. You can also experience so much with it, kind of tangible things, a lot of things for kids, but the adults can take in a lot of the behind the glass, the more special experiences too.
Yeah, and what's so exciting is you guys are expanding. There's obviously so much happening. There's not enough room for everybody, hence this beautiful expansion behind us here. We're going to get to that. But Adam, talk about how important this is for the museum and what that means on a bigger impact for the community.
Absolutely. So currently we have 3 small exhibition spaces that we change out every 3 to 4 months, and we really just ran out of room. So hence the expansion. So we're now going to have 10,000 square feet, one dedicated space for traveling exhibits, and the other is going to be permanent. So what that's going to allow us to do is go into more STEM programming and really kind of showcase things we wouldn't be able to do inside of our galleries currently.
Yeah, and what that means too, more space means more community events and things like that, more outreaches. So when we're looking at events throughout the summer, what do we have going on here?
So the big one coming up in July is on Saturday, July 12th. It's Wild About Weather, and we're going to have Atlanta News First meteorologists will be here, and we're going to learn about the science of forecasting, as well as going to have lots of hands-on activities, all based on weather. We're going to have the Georgia Tech Research Institute that's going to be here talking about lightning, and as well as we're going to have a green screen where kids and families can come in and do their own forecasting.
Live their dream as a weather person. That was I have a big weather fan growing up, so I always find my way over to the weather one first because we all have the apps on our phone, but to learn more about what the weather systems look like when they come here, this is the place to learn
about. You know how many core memories are going to be made in those moments? That's so special. Well, science is in motion. It says it behind us. So let's get in motion. We're going to look at all the exhibitions, and we're going to talk more about this incredible Smithsonian affiliation. Let's go check it out. Stephen, there are so many awesome exhibits here at Tellus Science Museum, and we are in one of my favorite. I love space. Tell us all about this.
Science in motion in space as we move throughout this exhibit. Yeah. This part is great because you can see so many different exhibits that are on loan actually from NASA, which is that they have a partnership with. But what's great about this area is it kind of speaks to also what we have in other parts. Planetarium of this museum is wonderful with a brand new laser 4K display. And outside there's a wonderful observatory open in the fall and the winter months to get those clear shots of space. But for now, in here, you get all that history of what we have in space. So.
And talk about history, everyone. They have a actual piece of a moon rock. Tell us about that.
Now, you can't hold it, but it is behind glass over there. And what's cool is you can see this moon rock, and it's so beautiful because you know that this was brought down from space in 1969 that we can have here on display for everybody to see.
I love it. Okay, well, let's jump over to the Mesozoic era.
Let's do it.
Okay, we landed in the Mesozoic era, the age of the dinosaurs. Before we get into that, there's an important affiliation with the Smithsonian that we really want to talk about. What do we need to know?
Yeah, so we are a Smithsonian affiliate museum, which means that we are one of the premier museums that we have in Cartersville associated with the Smithsonian. That means they came here, evaluated everything, and said, we are on par with a Smithsonian museum. So when you visit Tellus, it's like you're visiting a Smithsonian museum in Washington, D.C.
Yes. All right, Tellus Science Museum, let's go. Well, and one of the most special exhibits you have is the one that we're standing in. This is just crowded with kids all the time. We hear a bunch on the other side of the wall. What is it about this specific space that's so special? And you have other spaces that they can actually touch.
That's right.
Feel the items as well.
This kind of gives you that museum feel with the dinosaur bones, like Night at the Museum. But if you move into our big backyard, which is where the kids are able to play and touch and interact with things, that's an exhibit that actually rotates, and they bring in different types of kid interactive museum exhibits every, say, 7 to 8 months. So if you come today, and 8 months from now, it'll be a different one for the kids. And they also have gem panning. We also have fossil digging as well. So a lot of interactive touch and feel that this museum has, as well as some of the kind of classic museums like you see with the dinosaurs behind us.
Yes, it's a very visual space.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing us in here. What a fun day, and for you to experience this incredible museum. Get your tickets to Tellus Science Museum by visiting tellusmuseum.org.